It's very nice to be thought of as being pretty, as being, it's a plus. It's nice. It's not terribly important, but it is nice to have it in your favor.
Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do appreciate your time. I wanted to get on here quickly and give my 2 cents regarding this whole conversation surrounding Blue Ivy at the Mufasa premiere.
Blue Ivy, is that you? Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter voices Kiara, the daughter of Nala and Simba in Mufasa the Lion King. Let's talk about her dress. This Christian Siriano gown she wore at the world premiere of the movie was molded out of liquid gold. I'm baffled that a 12-year-old is wearing this dress so dominantly rather than the dress wearing her. The no necklace choice works here to keep the focus on the dress, but I think arm cuffs or another subtle accessory would have elevated the look even more. Still, she looks regal and radiant.
People are saying that she is dressed too grown, that they think she's wearing too much makeup, that they think Beyonce is sexualizing her, and so many more disturbing, unhinged things.
So besties, She's 12 was trending on Twitter after online users started complaining about Blue Ivy's dress at the Mufasa premiere. But she did just fine. You could tell that she posed correctly. She knew what to do with her hands and her arms. And this is my thing. Now, one of the comments online said, hold on, let me find that comment. And I'm going to say it like I hear it in my head. This is what she said. Honestly, the way Blue Ivy is a 12-year-old is over-sexualized by her parents needs to be studied because she's still a child and they dressing her like she's 17, 18-year-old. And then somebody else said, dressing your 12-year-old to look like an adult is sick. Let your children be children. She's 12. So let me tell y'all something. First of all, she's a celebrity. Number 2, she's a high earner. Has been on tour with her mother. She was on the last tour with her mother as a dancer, okay? And Blue Ivy got more in the bank right now from her own earnings as an employee than most of us will have in our lifetime. And so, number 3, she is Jay-Z and Beyonce's daughter. And I know you saying number 1 and number 3 is the same thing. She's a celebrity and she Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter. But let me tell you why whose child she is holds weight. Most celebrities' children, we probably don't even know. We don't see them. They're not active in Hollywood. They don't want to be active in Hollywood. We wouldn't know them if we saw them, in Trader Joe. We don't know who they are. But because of who her mother is and because of who she has decided to be, in the entertainment business, her image holds a little more weight than the average celebrity. She is beyond an A-lister at 12 years old. Blue Ivy Carter is the list.
First of all, I wanted to say this. I am a mother of a preteen. My daughter is 11 years old. So I'm not coming from like a perspective where I'm just talking shit to talking shit. A lot of times people either don't have kids that are doing the most commentary or people who don't remember what it's like to be a child at that age. So I understand the challenge of wanting your child to have, nice on-trend outfits, but let them still be age appropriate for, their body type, their height. A lot of kids are going through puberty at that age, so their bodies develop and look certain types of ways in clothes to where it would someone can perceive it as they're trying to be sexual or dress sexual because they have things that people want to see now. I know, but a child is still a child regardless of what they look like on the outside. I think that her outfit that she had at the premiere was absolutely appropriate for her age, for her to be Beyonce's daughter on a celebrity red carpet for a movie that she did voice acting in. She had on very little makeup. I don't think her makeup was heavy at all. She probably didn't even have on foundation. So she probably had on a lip stain with some gloss. She had on some bronze eyeshadow, maybe mascara, because it doesn't look like she had on lashes. Probably some brow gel. I think she had on a very modest dress, although it was strapless. I still think she was very covered. It literally went from her chest down to her feet. And I think the color was beautiful up against her skin. I think her hair was gorgeous. She typically does her natural hair color, which is like a 2, it looks like, which is like a dark brown. But this time, she has a little bit of blonde in it. So I think she looked like a beautiful young lady. I really don't understand. Well, no, that's not true. I do understand why people are talking about her and why there is such an uproar about her being looking too grown. It's because from the very beginning, people have felt it necessary and felt comfortable to criticize this child from the very beginning. And the reason why I think people feel that it's okay to openly criticize Blue Ivy the way they do is because ultimately I think it comes back to featureism, texturism, and maybe even colorism. Beyonce has mixed racial heritage. I believe she is, Creole. She has some Native American, some French, all of that, right? So people view Beyonce a certain type of way. They process her beauty a certain type of way. And from the very beginning, I remember when she revealed she was pregnant and people obviously started speculating about what they think the child will come out looking like. I remember seeing people making AI generated images of children, and they were biracial looking children. And I remember people would say things like, now y'all know damn well that baby not gonna look like this because her dad is Jay-Z. And so because Jay-Z has the features that we typically associate with, a full black person, that people pick and choose whether or not it's okay to have. I remember even then, before she was born, people were talking about her and discussing her appearance, which is unhinged, right? So I think that that's really what all of this comes back to, is because she is Beyonce's firstborn, she is her daughter, people expected her to look like Beyonce. And she doesn't. She looks like her dad. And what's really disturbing about this whole conversation is it's almost like you see people online trying to force us to think she looks like her mom because the only way she can be beautiful is if she looks like Beyonce, which is absurd. Because if you look at Blue Ivy, I think she has a healthy mix between both parents. I think she looks like her mom and she looks like her dad. But I think overall she looks more like Jay-Z. And I think that's a problem for people because people do not perceive African features, Negroid features, Bantu features, West African features as attractive across the board. Especially when you're talking about celebrities, a lot of them, when they get money, they go and do things to themselves to remove those features. What's one of the first things people get is a nose job. So because I think she favors her dad, I think more so favors her dad, I think that is ultimately the issue people have with her. And that's exactly why you have so many people who feel comfortable discussing her appearance all of the time. And overall, because of the fact that she is Beyonce's daughter, the way people discuss Beyonce, they're going to discuss her daughter as well. I don't know why people don't feel there should be more grace given to a child, but that is unfortunately how people feel about Blue Ivy. And I remember when Beyonce brought her out on tour, I was concerned then because I remember how people discussed her appearance when she was, a baby. And I thought to myself, I don't know, this is not a good idea. See, if I was Beyonce, I wouldn't have put her on tour. I would have been terrified to do it. And just like what ended up happening, her first couple of tour dates weren't that great. She was an awkward young woman, probably nervous, scared to death on a huge stage. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't doing the dance moves the best. But I believe as she got more comfortable, as she became more acclimated with the dance moves and being on stage, she ended up doing really well. Like her last couple of videos that I saw, she looked really, really good. And I think that personally, that probably was a huge triumph for her because she's at the age where she can read what people are saying about her. She can watch videos. Like, she understands that people are openly criticizing her. So I think that that was probably a huge triumph for her personally. And I think that maybe why Beyonce feels more comfortable, kind of putting her more in the public eye little by little, because maybe, Blue Ivy is at this point media trained. Maybe she, there's different things put in place to kind of protect her while she, enjoys some visibility, but not to the extent where it can become damaging. I do trust Beyonce to know what is best for her daughter in that regard. But yeah, I really just think this all comes back to the way Blue Ivy looks. I think people are upset about that. People have these disgusting expectations because they view Beyonce a certain type of way. Like I have said in my other videos, a lot of times people think when someone is multiracial or biracial that they have access to beauty and all this other stuff, Not so much that Beyonce has an attractive mom and attractive father and they came together and made an attractive woman, that Beyonce has a multi-ethnic background, and so that alone should afford her to look a certain type of way, and that should override Jay-Z's features and create this mixed looking, which is absurd, right? But I do think that's really what this goes back to. I think people, when they're commenting about her looks, when they're criticizing her, that it really just comes from a place of rejecting her because they felt disappointed with how she quote unquote turned out to look like her father. And I'm someone who looks like my father, so I completely recognize what it is when you have a mom that looks a certain type of way, but you take up your dad's features. Now, I'm attractive, just like Blue Ivy. I still turn out to be beautiful. I still am a beautiful version of my father, and so is Blue Ivy, but that is really what it comes down to. People are exercising texturism and featureism and maybe not even consciously be aware of it. But what's new? That's all I have to say on this topic. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.